door, a ticking bomb, and a kid who won't quit. Batman's only a few minutes out, and that gap is the whole tragedy. You think capes are about timing and courage. Tonight, it's about how both can show up and still be too late. This is Robin's last stand, and the part nobody forgets is how small that room feels when hope starts running out. Before we hit the blast, let's make the table stakes clear. This isn't the circus kid. It's Jason Todd, the second Robin, stubborn, scrappy, and allergic to waiting for permission. He's the kind of partner who'll save a life, even if it means eating a lecture later. And that edge makes him lethal to criminals and very hard on Batman's blood pressure. The path to that warehouse starts with a file in the Batcave and a truth that won't sit still. Jason finds proof he was adopted and 3 names that might be his birth mother. That's not a loose end to him. It's a wound. He bolts out of Gotham chasing it, convinced he can stitch his life together if he just finds the right face in the crowd. Meanwhile, the Joker's broke and restless, which is basically nature's way of warning airlines. He's out in the world hunting for fast cash and fast chaos, the kind that turns war zones into punchlines only he laughs at. You'd expect Batman to glue Jason to his side around a threat like that. Instead, they're chasing different ghosts on the same map, and you can feel the line of fate tightening. Jason burns through 2 leads and lands in Ethiopia, at a dusty clinic where the heat bakes the paint off the walls and hope wears a laminated badge. Dr. Sheila Haywood smiles wide and says all the right things a kid wants to hear from a mother he's imagined 100 times. The problem is, she's already in someone else's pocket, and that someone shows up with a grin, a ledger, and a crowbar. Joker's blackmail is simple. Sheila's medical scandal meets his need for leverage. She folds. She hands her son to a clown in exchange for quiet, and if that sentence hurts, good, you're awake. The room goes from tearful reunion to hardware store horror show in one panel turn, and Joker delivers the kind of therapy only he finds funny. Crowbar up, joke down, repeat. Jason keeps getting up the way kids do when they think effort can outmuscle entropy. Batman's closing in, but Joker's not planning a fight. He's setting a clock. He leaves a bomb, locks the door, and gives Jason the worst riddle in the world. Save yourself or save your mother. It's not a choice he ever would have made any other way. So of course, Jason drags Sheila behind some crates like he can body block physics. The timer hits 0 anyway. If moments like that punch you right in the ribs, even years later, you're my people. Hit like if you've ever wished fiction would flinch just 1 second sooner. It keeps these deep dives coming, and we're not done, because the fallout here only gets colder. Batman reaches the clinic as the world tips sideways. Smoke, heat shimmer, a doorway blown open like a ripped page. He digs through splinters and metal and finds Jason still trying to shield the one person who didn't shield him. There's a beat where Batman listens for anything to argue with, some faint thread to grab. Then there isn't. He carries the body out into daylight that feels like an insult. Gotham pretends it doesn't know what it knows. The TV runs a neat little segment about an explosion in an overseas warehouse tied to stolen aid shipments. No Robin, no faces, just drone shots and somber anchors. Gordon's people keep the press at arm's length, and rumor mills do what they do. Fill silence with static. Batman gives them nothing. Grief doesn't do interviews. On the credits side, this is Batman number 426 through 429, Written by Jim Starlin, with art by Jim Aparo. Clean lines, cruel timing, and panels that do not blink. In continuity, this is canon, not a dream, not a what-if. It sits right in the spine of the main line, and from here on, that memorial in the cave isn't decoration, it's policy. You might think the world would pause out of respect. Instead, it's about to hand the Joker exactly what he wants most after a body count: a microphone. So here's the part that makes you clench your jaw. The Joker gets named an ambassador, walks into the UN with a flag pin and a grin, and overnight, he's got diplomatic immunity like he speed ran law school. Batman moves to deck him, and Superman literally catches the punch midair because international incident. Great, thanks. Joker responds with, of course, an attempted mass gassing of the General Assembly. Chaos erupts. There's an explosion, and when the smoke clears, they don't find a body. Just a laugh echoing through the rubble.